Lass mich einfach versuchen, irgendetwas so konsumgesellschaftsorientierte Verbrauchermaterial und Lebensmittel bitte. Normalerweise genau unter 2000 immer noch gelegte ihr eigene Beschwerde gegen mir, gegenüber mir und gegen mich ist ein bisschen besser. Das wäre normalisierte grammatische Regelung. Susanna Dauber, Christian Sieber. Sie ist sehr wohl erwarte Tagesschauers Moderatorin, heißt Susanne Daubner. Ja. Klause Kleber. Klause Kleber ist so eine Moderator der ZDF-Sendung. Ja, weißt du, dass ich nicht wirklich kann ich diese Namen zum Widerruf bringen. Ja, das ist nicht schlecht, oder? Books and DVD and games and CD. Alexa, please actually play the same song of the Christmas. It's a most wonderful time of the year. Today is the offer of the day. You see that? This is really an offer. Sozusagen Deal des Tages auf Deutsch. Wahnsinniger gut. Deal des Tages. Das meinte Wasser. Do you think that this would actually be days? No, I'm not that novice. I'm not that innocent. What does that mean in English? The deal of the day. The deal of the day. If you ever actually go to the fancy French restaurant, what do you have? Le plat de jour. That's what I really normally like to have with my friend reply. Le plat de jour. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Le plat de jour. The plate of the day. The plate of the day means what? That means you can actually enjoy today's specialty. Today's specialty is really le pois gras avec béchamel crémeux. Je suis désolée, mais let me actually, do this one. I don't really know what this robot. Lobo Brava, I would actually sell my life on if I ever actually. You want to actually protect your purchase, please verify this assurance that would actually cover your necessity. Please purchase this security insurance program which could actually guarantee, your product from damaged or from injured, and any type of, dangerous protection can be actually offered to cover all life-oriented circumstances. Please add this, directly to your shopping package in a bag. This could actually provide an extension up to 2 years for a program in the case of any type of malfunction or damages or injuries. That would all be possible. Being damaged, I kind of actually immediately being. There's a robot washing machine on the ground can actually guarantee that it's gray pieces and large spaces, Here means, in a room, home. Nicht Raumfahrt wie Astronauten. Das is really space. You know what? This robot cleaner can actually provide, such a perfect coverage of all different terrain, regardless of the great, rooms. PS hier, rooms, room, home. Wirklich Zimmer. Irgendetwas Zimmer Sie nutzen, das ist egal. Room. It would actually cover up the surface by wiping up the floor of the room or large space, conceived by the mist, up to the actual market service that would actually be up to 25 years of expertise as a robotic innovative devotion, because this technology is conceived and perfectly realized by the actual market understanding with commitment and devotion to this expert robotic industry and innovation with the thorough expertise, more than 25 years old devotion and dedication and wisdom. It literally cleans up, a so detail-oriented way, up to, covering up the most, wide surface and spaces, thanks to this system of cleaning on 3 different steps, Number 1, the mode of navigation, e-adaptive. The eye-adaptive system would be, allowing this, robotic, cleaner to actually figure out how to actually navigate through your houses, sail through your house by actually finding the direction, just like Google Maps installed in it. And this tiny, cube-oriented, navigation assistant La Brava that actually also helps this machine to literally actually recognize, what part has already been covered up. It means, thanks to this, help coming from the La Brava, this would actually, bring this memory back to the machine, which normally has a navigation system, but try to actually memorize other surfaces that had already been covered by this machine. That means it would never actually revisit the same surface. It has installed, memory as a short-term memory that would immediately bring back the information to inform the information. You understand this one. Let me actually reiterate this one by recapitulating what I've said. This is robotic techniques that has been actually recognized by the 25-year-old, fascinating devotion and commitment to this, understanding of the mechanical expertise in terms of a robotic innovation. This has been one of the reasons why we can actually obtain this brilliance, robot cleaner that has somehow featured enormous capacity to cover up and wipe up the floor, starting from the great surfaces, wide range, places, floors, doesn't matter, if to up to, tiny rooms in your household, because this has such a detail-oriented interaction system through the navigation power that has to just actually bring about and cause the immense realization of the understanding, just like Google Maps, the GPS navigation. This could actually alone make it one travel by covering every corner of the space. There would be no space left alone and left untouched because it had a very specific memory. This could also be achieved by the artificial intelligence, which actually brings back the new understanding to have a memory capacity to remember all the surfaces that have already been covered by this system. This memory capacity to truly actually make a total recollection of what just actually happened to this robot by visiting every little tiny spot to remove the dirt from every different corner, but not actually revisiting the space that had already been covered. This type of memory capacity is fabulous and fascinating. And conceived, that means, made of, for all sorts of solid ground. Doesn't matter how laminated this might be, or wood flour, or doesn't have pocket. Do you even actually have any parquet idea? Parquet means, the checkerboard that would normally be as a pattern frequently used on the ground floor once you actually had a timber and a wood floor. If you actually ever use a lumber floor by actually lumbering up your house floor, the parquet, this parquet pattern is like this. I'm actually really terrible in picture. Parquet is really like checkered tile that has been actually, displaced, not really herringbone, but it has a distinctive feature to actually cover up the package, that had been diagonally laid down to create a specified organic details using a lumber and timber. So if you actually had a timber and a lumber floor, the area, or you have a marble, or you have a use of very precious stone, or laminated, or covered up, or having a herringbone, or a chevron floor, it doesn't matter. Or you even actually use a volcanic stone to cover up the floor with the laminated paintings to be manicured, or even actually polished. You even actually use a different varnisher to actually, make your floor smooth and sleek. This type of artwork could never be actually deterrence to actually keep hold of this robot machine. The only reason I'm actually painting at this moment I speak too much is so I'm actually, breathing with the difficulty. It's getting harder to breathe, just like the Maroon 5 song. It's getting harder to breathe, but let me actually see this one. Doesn't matter what type of materials you have used, because your floor is covered with the wooden stuff that would actually provide a perfect combination for organic details with the parquet patterns. It doesn't matter. Or if you had, marble stone beautifully laid out with, a technician that would be expected from Michelangelo, this would also be fine. Or if you had a product that would actually come from the volcanic stone, this newly organized or refined material that would actually reenact the perfect natural organic sensation that would be so fascinating to take your breath away. Doesn't matter. Or you use a varnisher or polisher to cover up the floor with an absolute illustrated lamination to completely cover up and tainted the region. Then this type of work would actually create no difficulty for this iRobot machine and a robot cleaner, because it doesn't matter, regardless of whatever texture and the type and the ingredients and materials this cover has been composed of. This actually had no difficulty to go down its work or conducting its own terrain ground work, just like a perfectly fitted ground troop to conduct any mission with no difficulty at all by actually passing above every type of a different corner, literally tiny little done. That would never be tolerable.